So, guys, I don't know how much your family has actually watched the show over the past couple of years, but my mom discovered Everyday Struggle for the first time last night, and her commentary is absolutely hilarious. I got a 5 minute voice note on WhatsApp. It's an episode where academics is calling me out for industry, so she was trying to understand what all of that means. Pretty funny.
Oh no, you got your mom hating me?
No, wait.
Mama, hey, she gonna watch today? Mama Deska, that was the old me and also a very bad moment. And also, like, there's a lot of nuances to that whole clip, okay? I was not getting at your daughter like that, okay?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Well, the crazy thing about immigrant moms, especially my mom's, like, I didn't get any compliments growing up. She's one of those 98 is never good, we want 101 kind of thing. But she said she was spellbound. She said she thought we were very professional. She thought you guys were level-headed, which I've never heard before about academics. And she thought you were both very funny. So there were only compliments. It was very, very strange.
That's
wow.
dope.
Okay.
So
Okay.
good things. All right, y'all.
Was she being facetious? She thought we were professional?
No,
'Cause I
she
think
was-
we were cursing. We were hurting emotions, people sweating.
Hopefully she caught one of the good episodes where we keep it down a bit.
Yeah.
She was dead ass. It was all love. So guys, we ended yesterday's episode with this debate about Chris Brown and Drake, right? Chris Brown saying they're working on something together. Would we want a full project? And then academics threw in the wild hypothetical, like, what about a Drake and Weeknd project? So Roger polled the audience. I thought he was going to poll about whether they wanted Chris Brown and Drake or not, but he did
Right.
throw in the Weeknd project, of course. So
My guy,
let's our results. Over 11 hours, 62% of our audience would prefer Drake and The Weeknd, although it's never going to happen, and 38% would take the Chris Brown and Drake project. So we also have some tweets. First one. To be honest, The Weeknd has the clout and the albums. Drake's too weak for him right now. It sounds good on paper, but we prefer Abel on his own. He only has great projects. We don't want any weak collabs.
Yo, but you know what messes me up about this whole thing is we never got a chance to know if the people wanted the Chris Brown album and the Chris Brown and Drake album or they didn't want it.
Yeah.
That came with this weekend shit.
No. Hold on.
That's what it was. That's what we was talking about.
But that's like a no-brainer. I guess like maybe if the question was phrased, do you want it more now as opposed to like maybe 10 years ago? My thing is that we want it, just that really we could do without it. Like we didn't want it that bad. You know what I mean? I was watching an interview where they were, I think it was Fat Joe asking him, and we not dying for this shit. Like if it comes, it comes. If it don't, fuck it.
Well, so there's a couple more. The next ones, these fans don't know what they want in music. The Weeknd is in his own dimension and different music, killing it. Drake and Chris Brown makes more sense. Look how much the fans were drooling over no guidance. So imagine an album. Another person says Chris Brown is a better singer, but the magic is real between OVO XO. And the last one, The Weeknd doesn't even make the same music anymore. He's a pop star. It won't be the same. So a nice spectrum of reactions, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're never getting the Drake and Weeknd
Hold on.
project, so.
Why do y'all think that Drake and The Weeknd would never like do an album together? Like, I mean, honestly, shit, I thought him and Meek would never speak again. You know, they reconciled. Shit, there was a time I thought him and Chris Brown would never speak again, and they clearly reconciled. So, you know, I think we should kind of leave that open. You know, I mean, OVOX, so I think he got it like tatted on his rib or something. You know, he says it a lot. I don't know. It's OVOXO, dog.
Yo, man. I think so out of all of this, you know what I think we'll probably end up getting? None of that, and we'll just get What a Time Part 2 before we get any of that.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right, let's see. But thank you guys for voting in our poll. By the way, I feel like I'm in a fishbowl right now with these headphones. I can't really hear you guys. It's very odd, or myself. So, Spotify recently named 50 Cent's Many Men, which dropped back in 2003, the most influential song of 2020. So remember 21 Savage and Pop Smoke put their spin on this record this year. So 50 sat down for an interview with Rap Caviar, and, you know, he basically thanked the younger artists for bringing back the record. He says this makes sense because the young artists are doing it, they love it, and they feel the same way. You can't make a person decide to write a song. He also said, creatively, it's how I feel right now. The energy, the tones of what's going on with them match the record. Would you guys agree that this has been the most influential song of 2020?
The most influential. I don't know about the most influential, but unfortunately, shit, it's because motherfuckers is still out here living dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, I think that the spins on it has been good. Like I like 21 Savage spin on it. I did like Pop Smoke spin on it as well because Pop sounds very much like 50. But I think that it's a good thing, but also an unfortunate thing to a bit. You know what I mean? When 50 made that song, it basically was him, telling a story or talking about, when he almost got murdered. And that was a tragic time for him. So it's like, to see that be one of the most influential songs of right now, shit, it just goes back to us talking about how the cycle just keeps repeating itself. But ultimately, like, hey, I love it. I love the song. It's a classic, like, undoubtedly.
Yeah. I don't know what the contenders was for this. Like I like
Most
to be fair,
influential.
but no. If we're just speaking on that song, Many Men definitely one of the most influential songs this year. In terms of it being a song that came out damn near like 2 decades ago, and it's it's not just being like just sampled in a small way. It's like the whole sentiment and feeling of the song is being recreated and relived, and also it's embodied by the artist that's using the song. So again, like I think like after Pop Smoke passed, that song even took on a different life. Even though it already was like fans loved the song because it had leaked on YouTube before he died, but also the way how 21 flipped, I think was just amazing. So like I agree with that. I agree with that.
Well, he went on to say that he said, I think you're going to see a lot more artists mirror some of the things in my music, even if they're doing it a little bit different. I mean, 50 has an incredible catalog, so that makes a lot of sense to me. So we'll see.
50 love it. He coming for his pub. That's another thing. He's definitely getting pub on all of these songs that people sampling over him. So he's loving it. Shit, he ain't got to rap and still have hit records. So,
Also I think it's a dope place for 50 right now. 50 was one of the people back in like, was it I'm trying to think of the year. Was it 07? Like like 07, 08, he embraced Soldier Boy. He in 012, not 012, but 2012 he embraced Chief Keef. He's always embraced the newer artist that came up, and we all know like a lot of people from the drill movement, Guy Rest the Dead, Fredo Santana, he always said that he felt that 50 like influenced the whole genre. They said that 50 Cent song Heat is one of the first times they were like, yo, this is some shit that you ride out to, and they kind of created or did their own version of that. So I think 50 has always embraced the newer artists. So to see now, rather than them just like do whatever they're doing, but also incorporate his music, which is somewhat influenced what they're doing, I think that's just amazing.
I got to. Nah, it's just like I hear what Ak is saying, but it's like when I hear like when we hear that he influenced the shit that he influenced, right? And we think about how violent the people that like the people that we talking about, like Fredo, like just their background of what they come from and all of that shit. And you say what he influenced, it just makes me a little airy about it. You know what I mean? Like I love the music, but as I get older, sometimes I just be feeling like, damn, like this same shit that all the same shit we celebrate is the same shit that gives us despair. You know what I mean? Like so it's like a 50-50 feeling for me. It's like I love the music, but at the same time, it's like some of that music becomes the soundtrack to these people's lives, and then they go through a lot of bullshit behind that music and the influence. So it's just like a double edged sword where it comes to how I feel about the music sometimes.
That's a good point. Well, let's see.
I ain't mean to make everybody sad, real quick.
No. I mean, you make a very good point. You make a very good point. It's true. It's back to the conversation we were having yesterday about how difficult it is to continue having that conversation. So
that's a fact.
We do hope that things change. Let's get into some new releases right now. So today for Hit Rick, or wait on it, we're gonna start with Mike Will Made It featuring Nicki Minaj and Youngboy NBA. The song's called What That Speed About. So this is the first single from Mike Will's upcoming album, first collaboration between Nicki and Youngboy, and there's also a video out for this project. Wait, how you feel about this record?
I wanted to see what academics is gonna think, because I mean it's an odd pairing, but go ahead, what you about to say?
Odd pairing, but a pairing that I would imagine that any producer or whoever that's having a record that's gonna have two people on a record, you want to have these two of the most craziest stand bases in hip hop, right? Nicki Minaj, of course, great rapper. I'm gonna be honest, just overall, like there's a lack of structure. I can't tell where the hook is, and the hook is not even strong enough when you do find it. You feel me? That's the only thing. I feel like the chemistry on the record isn't as much as it could have been, and it feels like each artist is just getting their shit off. Again, we're still working with two of the most rabid stand bases in hip hop, so I'm gonna say wait on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they turned this song even though it's not the best song, into a hit.
Hmm. Hmm. Good synopsis, academics. Now, I think it's a hit. I think what I love about it, what I really love about it though, is that like it's just how good Nicki is. You know what I'm saying? It's like for her to be so good for so long. You think about Nicki's career. First time seeing her around like '07. Like we just was talking about 50 in '07. First time seeing Nicki's around like '06, '07. And that she still can fucking rap very, very good, and jump on a record with the newest rapper. And I mean, I don't think that they were trying to go like it wasn't a record was who's gonna have the best verse, but Nicki definitely stood out. But I like this from NBA Youngboy. I mean, I think that he is a superstar. He got so much stuff that follows him. You know what I mean? But the kid is a superstar, and them getting on the record together for Mike Will. I mean, Mike Will came up out of everybody on this. Like, he came up out of everybody. Shit. This is not on a Nicki album, not on a Youngboy album, but I think it's gonna be one of them collabs that people remember, especially after this year. Because the only video that she did, she did the video with 6ix9ine pregnant, but.
Hey, I'm also looking at Youngboy as someone who, obviously I think he's starting to get more respect with the release of his own albums, but like quietly we're seeing a lot of like, bigger artists kind of either tap him for a feature or collaborate with him and want to collaborate with him, which you could tell they're having that respect of him to reach out enough. I mean, whether it's Future made the song the single. Future did the song Trillionaires with him, made a single for his album. You, of course, Amigos, who we said they were needing one, and they dropped the song Need It. And then, of course, we're seeing Nicki work with him. So, shit,
Yeah, I mean, but, like, honestly, though, like, they're good songs, but I don't really think that they age too well. Like, I mean, like,
the Need It, the Need It song by Amigos, it's again, while it's not the biggest hit ever, it's like, with the video too, Offset doing his little acting in there.
Yeah, the video is cool, but I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, I mean, Youngboy does have an effect. I just don't think that these records have like got to some crazy hype. You know what I mean, with him. I think that his records by himself do better. But
I mean, maybe eventually he'll just have Nicki on one of his songs. I saw her fans asking her what it was like working with him, and she was saying that on set he was actually very mature and not really the energy that she expected. So at least it seems like they have a good working relationship. So maybe more coming from them soon. Our next record is from 2 Chainz featuring Mulatto. It's called Quarantine Thick. So this song is going to be on 2 Chainz' next project called So Help Me God. Ak, thoughts?
I actually like this. I like the whole energy of it. I think Mulatto got a wave right now, and I seen how the women were reacting to this track. I think you mix her world, her wave with 2 Chainz, who we all know how he get down. I think you get something that, again, I know the clubs didn't really open like that, but again, quarantine thick gonna be a thing. So I'm gonna call this one a hit. I'm forecasting hit.
Well, the clubs ain't open at Ag in Atlanta. Them shits is popping. But,
we're in New York, not because you in Atlanta every week, man. You heard T.I. Stay out of Atlanta, man. Stay in New York.
Nah. But yeah, this is definitely a hit. Like I said, I think Mulatto, like what Megan did over the past like 2 years, especially what Nicki and Cardi's done over the past 10, but like or the past like more recent years, but what Megan did over the past 2 has opened up the doors crazy. Like for women, like, you know what I mean, on another level. And I think that Mulatto is like, she definitely one of the next ones. I think that she is the next one that's gonna be in that higher tier, give or take like a year or 2, But yeah, I fuck with this record. Chainz, I'm looking forward to a new Chainz album. Hopefully he gets that Jay-Z feature he's been wishing for his whole career. But yeah, I'm excited about this shit.
All right, so I know that, Wayno, you're definitely a fan of 42 Dugg. Actually, both of you, I believe. So his new record is called
42.
Free Woo. You guys like this one?
Yo, don't stop. Don't let Act gas it. I love 42. No, you don't.
Bro, I bump Grace every day.
I was trying to tell academics about 42 before we paid. He didn't want to listen. But
Wayno, I think you having a slight case of dementia, bro.
Every time.
Every time. He keeps confusing me with his day job and it's time you told them about that nigga, man. I've been knew about 42, man. I've been on the way, man. Stop playing with me, man. Listen, I love Grace and I love We Paid. Okay, and I listened to his songs too. And
Two records that came out this year, but
you ain't talking about him last year.
But regardless, nah. But I think this is weight on it though. You know what I mean? I've been waiting to see if 42 Doug can have a bigger record by himself. You know, we do love We Paid, we love Grace, but I don't think he's had the moment by himself yet. You know what I mean? Like I love Palm Angels in the Sky, like that. That joint was one of my favorite joints from him, but like it still didn't reach that peak. I'm just waiting to see if he can make one of those joints.
Yeah, I've compared 42 Doug, and I know they're from two different places. I get it, Florida, Detroit. I've compared him to like Kodak. Like his music is so raw. Like sometimes you can't even understand what the fuck he's saying. You know what I mean? However, I do think that's one of the reasons why a song like We Paid gets to be so big, because it's so street, but it's polished enough. I think that's the second part is what we're waiting for with 42 Doug. He's giving us the raw shit, and people like the raw shit, but you have to polish it up a little bit for it to be a hit. You get me? And I think, you know, I don't know if this was the song that he was like, oh yeah, I got it on this one, but I do think that, hey, coming off those last couple songs and a good couple moments for him, this was a good song for him to put out and, you know, at least let it feed the streets for a little while. But if we're going to talk hit, we got to get the polish a little bit. You get me? And that's why him and Baby work so good, because Baby is street and he got the polish.
Yeah, but they're not a group. You know what I mean? So
you're right. Exactly.
Eventually, he gonna have to, you know, do it on his own. But we'll see.
Nice.
You know what, Wayno, since my mom called academics level-headed, I'm just looking at him different today. Everything, I'm taking everything that he says so much more seriously.
Yo, I want to know what clip made her say that he's level-headed, because this guy is ridiculous. He's so ridiculous.
Oh, man. All right, so our last record is...
I'm waving to Mama Deska. I knew she was a sensible one.
Yeah, sometimes. So Nav and Weezy featuring Gunna, Young Weezy. So this one's gonna be a Nav and Weezy's new project, Emergency Tsunami. Academics, Mr. Levelhead. What you think about this song?
What you think about this act? Because I know you said something wild.
I ain't gonna lie to you, this was fire. Okay, but I have to be honest with y'all. I haven't heard Nav on a song yet. There's a whole different album with Nav taking off. I listened to that. Gunna went crazy. Okay, Gunna and Weezy went crazy. I haven't heard the Nav part yet, but Wayno could fill me in. I just had to speak on what I heard. I'm being honest, I didn't hear it.
No, this is right now hit. This is my favorite song right now. Right, this is my favorite song right now.
With Nav on it?
Yes, with Nav on it. My only problem that I have.
You want me to send you the other version?
No academics.
So
because you know what, that's I know he probably fucking makes the versions himself. Ack is that diabolical when he would take the time to take a nigga off for every song himself. Or get somebody to do it for him, and then
I offered $100 to somebody and I paid him.
Yo, you ridiculous. But my only problem with this record, and it's a problem that I have with Gunna. I love Gunna, but I'm tired of Gunna giving the best song to niggas and not keeping them for himself. It's like I feel the same way about this record I felt about Hot. You know what I mean, with Thugger. And I feel like when Gunna does drop his album. Yeah, he has bangers, but he doesn't have one of these. Like he doesn't have one of these to lead him on. And I just want Gunna to have one of these to lead himself. Like I'm really kind of mad that they gave him the record, but at the same time, it's like it's a dope record, so it's a hit.
I've had a critique about Gunna before, which I don't think it's in line exactly what you said, but it kind of holds the same sentiment. Like I've compared Gunna, and this is not disrespectful, okay? You got to understand my analogies, which are great. Take the time to understand. He's like a condiment. You feel me? Like he adds on to the meal, makes it amazing. But I don't know if that's just the whole plate. Maybe I should say appetizer. Is that better?
Yo, man. Yo.
But just think about it.
Just don't involve us in this.
Just think about it. Just think about it.
You gonna call my man Gunna ketchup?
Bro, he not no fucking ketchup. He hot sauce. This shit hot. Hold on, no. Seriously. Like, I do think that I think a lot of times I agree with you. Like, what was his two? He had two lead singles on his project with no feature, and while they were dope, it wasn't a joint. Then we hear Hot, and then we hear these other records. Then I hear him all heating up with Baby. I'm like, yo, Gunna going crazy. Yeah. And then with his singles, he's like mad chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's my biggest problem. That's my biggest problem. And it's like, I mean, it's a good problem for him to have, like, because he can figure it out. But it's like, this should be his single.
Even I saw that he gave 21, even though it's 2018. When I gave it 21, but he was on the hook. Can't leave home without it. Oh my god! Like, yo, Gunna be going crazy. You gotta put him in the right spots, man. I'm telling you. Right. Shit, Gunna on Pop Smoke, Dior's remix went crazy on his verse. Come on, man. I'm just saying.
That's fair enough. All right. I love it.
Gunna's gonna be a whole okay, you know what? Gunna's gonna be a whole steak by the next time he drops. Okay, all right.
You couldn't stop. All right, you had to keep.
He's gonna be the whole entree. I get it, man.
An entree.
Wait, no, ain't you from Atlanta now? Stop using pause, okay? Leave that to the Brooklyn niggas and the Harlem niggas.
Yo, Ak, you want to take us through some numbers, please?
I don't, but I actually do. Listen, so we had Trippie Redd, who debuted number 2 on the Billboard Top 200 list with Pegasus that did 60,000 records sold first week. Some people were a little skeptical of like why his sales dropped because last time he did over 100,000, but I did do 60,000. Again, we're dealing with a pandemic. Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. That was at number 3. Close with Trippie Redd's album, 60,000 as well. Juice WRLD, he was at number 6, 40,000. Busta Rhymes, new album. If y'all check it out, it's called was it LE2?
Extinction
the Wrath
Level
of God.
Event 2, yeah.
LE2, the Wrath of God. It's too long for me to even name. Anyway, okay. Number 7, 38,000, which honestly I was impressed that it did 38,000. I do think Busta Rhymes has a great audience, but I'm not too sure if these songs that were on the project were super mainstream. Lil Baby, My Turn, still in the top 10. He was at number 8 with 35,000. And Queen Naija, okay, you know, the YouTube queen now turned, musician. And you know me, I got a rep for my female artists. You got to start doing that, Deska. That was at number 9.
Check her out on my Apple Music show whenever you guys have a chance. Continue.
That was at number 9 with 34,000. And, God rest the dead, my man King Von, Welcome to O Block. A very unfortunate week. His album his debut album dropped and also debut at number 13, selling 25,000. And I'm pretty sure the sales this week will be probably a lot more too.
Right.
And I don't even know if I should talk about the singles. For whatever reason, I don't even think I've ever heard the song. 24K Golden and Ian Dior Mood is still at number 1. Like, I've never heard it. I've literally got to go hear the song.
Oh my God. Have you been checking out Act Streams? He has a whole conspiracy theory on this.
Oh,
this
really?
is an industry planned fusion. Like, they did like the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance. Like I fuck with, like, they're nice guys, by the way, and I wish them all the success. I think sometimes fans, we get confused, like, wait, how did this happen? But anyway, Laugh Now, Cry Later, that's at number 3. Why is The Weeknd Blind and Light still in the top 5? I mean, we love that song, but god damn it, man. Yo, is in the pandemic songs don't drop out of the list? Weeknd at 4, Internet Money, Lemonade. Salute my man Taz Taylor, everybody over Weekend, Internet Money. That's at number 7. And The WAP is in danger of falling out of the top 10. It just hit 10.
Where did the come from this time? Every time you say this song, there's something else. But anyway, I'm expecting YG to be up there next week. So every time I see a number, it's different. But I think the most recent one I saw is up streams on Fuck Donald Trump up like 475% or something crazy. So
for real?
I think
in one day, yeah. I mean, it's number 1 on Apple, I believe.
Yo, CNN hated Donald Trump so much that they didn't give a fuck about no FCC. When Biden won, they played like what was going on in the streets, and they were playing Fuck Donald Trump just straight up. No sense. Right. They didn't even bother censoring or going to commercial. They said, let's rock out for a minute. That was free promo.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Ak made a good point yesterday that if the Democrats win the Senate, then they might actually get some shit done in the next 4 years. So tomorrow I'm going to remind you guys at the top of the show and drop a link that if you live in Georgia, you should please go vote. Let's get some stuff done. So next week, finally, Verzuz coming up, T.I. versus Jeezy. Jeezy recently did an interview on The Breakfast Club, and he said he was willing to go up against Gucci, but Gucci, quote, respectfully declined. He said he wanted to battle him for the culture. I mean, are you guys surprised that Gucci would turn this down?
I was only surprised that it was respectfully. I just don't see Gucci trying to engage in such, theatrical activities with Gucci. I just don't see Jeezy. No. I don't see Gucci doing that with Jeezy. My bad. Right. But I do think he would do it. I think, he's about that bag too. So if somebody came to him with that milli that he want, yeah, he'll battle him. But I think he'll do that with T.I. I think he'll do that with Ross, like a lot of other people from the South. But I don't think he's doing that with Jeezy. Nah.
Yeah, I didn't see. I mean, of course, like we can all wish, right? But that's not a wish that I think would ever happen. I was actually surprised that Jeezy said that. You know, I was really surprised that he even came out and said something like that. But I mean, that would be great to happen, but I don't think that's ever happening.
I mean, the two people you mentioned are already out of the running, right? So obviously T.I. is not going to happen, or Ross, unless they do it twice. So is there anyone else that would even make sense for him? Anyway, I guess we could speculate later.
Well, also, I'm wondering, again, I don't know if it's just still how we see it as a public, their relationship or lack thereof, how that is, but could they be in the same room together? Like,
yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't know.
Well, questions that need answers.
I thought T.I. and Jeezy said that they were willing to reach out and have the conversation, but maybe he wasn't ready. Anyway.
Man, Gucci ain't listening.
Yeah. Anyway, last note before we go. This may or may not happen. So Swizz Beatz says there's a pending versus battle between Outkast and a tribe called Quest. He said, we love them and we have patience. Whenever they're ready, we're ready, because Verzuz is not just for the pandemic. It's something for the culture permanently. But let's see, Ak, would you be excited for this? I know there's sort of like a limit to how far back you like to go in music sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of me, Ak. A lot of me.
No. Well, shit, I would actually be down to see how that goes, because I'd probably know more about some of Tribe Called Quest music that probably dated my time. But of
then
course,
Outkast.
Yeah. Now Outkast, like I know pretty much the majority of their shit, but I don't. Is that a good match? That's why, like that. Like, yeah, I even time wise, you get me, like generation wise. You know, T.I. was like, "Yo, Buster, no disrespect, buddy."
Same generation. What are you talking about? Same generation. I mean, like, shit, man. Southern Playlistic Cadillac Bumpin' Music came out around like '94. No, shit. Tribe was dropping all during the '90s. It's definitely the same generation. I think that they're two totally different groups. Rest in peace to Phife Dawg. You know, I think it would be dope, you know, for them to pay homage to him. But I think that would be a really dope verses, because the thing about these verses is they take us back, and not only do they take us back, they remind us of songs that not that we might have forgot, or just refresh our memory with shit. And I think that, like, that would be, man, listen, I would love for the young kids to see that. Because when I think of Outkast and I think of Tribe, that's the epitome of longevity. Like,
Okay.
That'd be really dope. All right, let's see if they pull this one together. In the meantime, we gotta go. We appreciate you guys watching the show. You can send us fan questions on Twitter, Everyday Shrug with 2 G's. Have a great day, and we'll see you here tomorrow.
So we're not going to talk about the Jack Harlow and Russ beef, the white on white battle. We're not going to talk about this.
Sure, I guess viewers, here we are.
No, I was just want to tease it. We got to go.
You're going to tease us for tomorrow? Cliffhanger.
It's going to tease the Deska. How long have you been in
next episode of Everyday Struggle?
Hey, just stay level-headed, guys. We'll see you here tomorrow.